K6ers, I am Leandro Melendez. You are watching KSIX News with the latest roundup of our hottest news for June 2023. And speaking of hot news, our K6 OSS news segment brings some hot changes in version 0.45. In the first element of this update, K6 OSS got an experimental module to support gRPC streaming, importable in K6-experimental-gRPC. And if you're wondering, yeah, this is just a copy of the K6-net gRPC module, now with stream support. If you want to use it, replace net for experimental, and to learn more, check the gRPC documentation here on screen. Next, we have another exciting new feature. Now, users can just upload a test to the cloud without running it. To do it, it's pretty straightforward. Just add --upload only when running the K6 Cloud command. So the command will be something like K6 Cloud --upload -only space script.js. Just imagine the capabilities here for CI. The CI platform could run the command with a new script on each release. And last but not least, now it is possible to set the delete metadata for the virtual user as you did with the tags. And not only that, but this change also introduces some sub-object metrics to the view object. Check this code snippet to get a better idea. And well, that is not all. This release also got improvements and, well, minor changes and fixes from the K6 team and the community. If you want to check the whole list of them, please check the link on screen. And that's not all for OSS. There was also some K6 browser activity in it as well. But as you know, K6 browser activity is different from my section. So let's welcome Marie Cruz, who brings us the updates in this new release. Hola Marie! How are things coming in the worldwide browser?
Hola Leandro and hello K6ers! It's a very short cycle for the K6 browser team because we've been preparing for some exciting changes ahead. But nevertheless, this latest version includes a breaking change. Now, K6 Browser officially supports the Google Web Vital metrics, so we've actually removed the existing browser metrics in favor of the Web Vitals so that we can give you a better indication of your page's loading performance, visual stability, and interactivity. There were also bug fixes released as part of this latest version. The first one was to fix a timeout error in the locator.waitFor functionality whenever the state option pause was either hidden or detached. The second was to fix this error that happens when you navigate to a page that prints null messages on the console and K6 Browser was mishandling these messages and returning an error instead. Those two bug fixes have now been released for you. Anyway, it's worth iterating again that K6 Browser is still very much an experimental module. As a preparation for an upcoming release, a new browser option has actually been added by the K6 core team inside the scenario definitions as a way to configure the browser test going forward. Now, what this means is that in upcoming releases, the browser lifecycle will now be handled automatically. So you don't need to explicitly launch or close the browser. That will definitely be some upcoming news for future KSIX, but for now, that is all from me. Back to you, Leandro.
Thank you very much, Marie. Fantastic updates, and definitely the favor for Web Vital metrics will be super powerful and it will bring us clear skies when trying to find out what is going on with our browser sessions. But speaking of skies, we have some more updates in our cloud weather segment. But if you are wondering if we will have more multiple personality situations like the last time, well, let's find out. So, what's up with the weather?
Thanks, Leandro. It's all sunny here on Grafana Cloud K6. Maybe even a little too sunny. We just released a new browser extension that lets you record browser traffic, turn that into a K6 script, and then run it on Grafana Cloud. You'll be able to take advantage of the automatic correlations, and you can include or exclude requests to third-party domains, all without using any code. Now, you will still probably have to do some coding to make the script more dynamic, but if you just wanted to get up and running really quickly, then this is a great way to do it. Things are also heating up here on the Eastern Front, as we have a lot of new features on Grafana Cloud that I think you'll enjoy. The first is that there's now a project activity view so that you can see at a glance some main test results without going into each individual test. You also have notifications now, so you can set up notifications via email, Slack, custom webhooks, or Microsoft Teams for things about your load test, like when it starts or results or whether thresholds cause it to pass or fail. Now, I also think that you'll enjoy being able to save test results so that you don't have to lose them. There is also the new audit trail so that you can view the logs and see some Grafana Cloud K6 related events and who did what so that you can review them for security purposes. And there's also a test comparison feature. So this is particularly useful when you're trying to figure out the deviation of one test from the baseline. Those things were all covered on K6 Office Hours last week, so check that out if you want to see more details. But if you were waiting for your chance to sign up for a paid plan of Grafana Cloud K6, well, I do have some good news on that front as well. We have now switched to fractional virtual user hour pricing, rather than rounding up to the virtual user hour like we used to. What that means is things just got significantly cheaper and a lot more transparent. That's all for the cloud weather in this report. Back to you, Leandro.
Awesome! Thank you very much, Nicole. That was an excellent report and a great relief from some other personalities. Callum, Callum, Callum! Phew! It is so good to have you in the cloud weather segment, Nicole. And even better, with those updates. The browser recorder, I think it can be so powerful. I am so excited. But that's only a part of our updates. We have a few more coming up now with the traffic, as we have a lot of movement from its extensions in the surroundings of K6. Amigo Paul, how is the traffic extension from your perspective?
Hola, Leandro. Once again, there's been a lot of activity we can see from the KSIX traffic copter. With this K6 release, there have been some updates to the experimental modules. The XK6 Output Prometheus Remote and XK6 Web Crypto extensions added some stability features, and we're now adding the XK6 gRPC module. So the gRPC express lanes are open to test your high-speed roadways. Contributor Chris Kempster applied some security patches to the XK6 Docker image. Yours truly introduced a null pointer bug in the XK6 SQL extension, which was thankfully caught by contributor Y. Novitsky. Hopefully this was caught early enough to prevent any pileups. We've seen several other updates going on from the community as well. Mustafa Muradian continues improving the XK6 Kafka extension, adding support for PEM certificates. Ivan Skiba has also been busy with improvements to several of his extensions, including a new extension, XK6G0, which enables test scripts to be written in Go. Marty Marin expanded functionality on XK6 Output Prometheus Push Gateway to support prefixes on metric names. A new extension has also been discovered. XK6 Proxy is now available for routing HTTP requests via a proxy. Lastly, if you head to GitHub Workflows often, be sure to update to the latest version of K6 Action. There has been some patching of the base image. Iceman out! Back to you, Maverick.
Thank you so much for that report, Amigo Paul. The amount of elements moving from point A to point B with our extensions is certainly impressive. I mean, impressive updates on the traffic with the extensions. We had crypto, Prometheus, Docker, SQL. They were all over the place. On that, thank you very much to our contributors and collaborators. And speaking of people who help K6, there are also some fantastic champion news. Well, here we usually have activity reports from our champions in this section. But this time we also have some news. Yeah, we have some new champions. There were some newcomers into the lineup who did superb tasks sharing and championing K6. So much that they have been named champions. Our brand new champions are Rafal Xarpa, Sarah Sipking, Siv Calderon, and Sahani Pereira. Stay tuned! We will hear a lot from these new champions and the incredible things they will be doing. And speaking of awesome things and incredible things done by the champions, we also have a lot of activities done by some of them. To start, John Hill and José Luis Latorre both presented at GrafanaCon 2023. John's talk was Automated Performance Testing with NASA OpenMCT, Grafana Cloud and K6. While José Luis's talk title was How Grafana K6 Helps You Break Your APIs to Make Them Stronger. Awesome titles, right? But that's not all. We also had Enes Kuhn, who presented at a local meetup in Tuzla about load testing strategies. And to close, Yusuf Tayman published a terrific and incredible article titled Chaos and Art. Links on screen and in comments as usual. And with that, we close up this section with many outstanding achievements from our champions. Oof, what a ride, right? So much action in this period. But before we close things up, I want to thank our contributors Chris Kempster, Yaroslav Novtisky, I hope I said it right, Mustafa Moradian, Ivan Skiva, and Masahi Kurita. Thank you all so much for your contributions. You all rock our mountain-shaped hearts. And well, as usual, if you want to know more details about today's stories, please take a look at the YouTube video details. We have added links for everything that was mentioned today. And for more content about K6, keep watching K6 Office Hours, our ongoing blog posts, video explanations, and some new surprises coming soon. Stay tuned! And with that, we have reached the end of tonight's report. That will be it for all of us here at KSIX News. I am Leandro Melendez. You stay classy, K6.
Oh.